Hey everybody, and welcome back to JT's Toy Box. That's right, you're in my box. Kick back, relax, grab something to eat, grab something to munch on, because we're going to talk toys. That's right, we're going to talk toy talk. Well, it's been a while since I posted a video, and I gotta apologize about that. But sometimes life takes place ahead of things that we like to do the most, and so we gotta make money to spend money. That is the way of things. Well, let's just get past that excuse and also say that I'm very lazy and it was kind of cold, it's been wet, and coming out here when I got a nice heated house over there, yeah, I don't really like coming out here and freezing me old nippies off. You know what I'm talking about? So let's get started, shall we? Let's talk about toys. And I don't know why I've got this accent, but I've got to say it's pretty good, ain't it? All right, so we're going to talk about some of the toys we went thrifting, and we did find quite a few toys thrifting. And let's just say the course of all this thrifting is going to be over the past month. There might be a little exaggeration by a week or two, but let's just give it a month. It's been about that long since my last video. One or two items I may have not thrown in the last video, but well, everything currently that I'm going to show you is within at least the past week. Okay. So, to get us started, we went thrifting over into a neighboring local fishing hole of mine. I call it my honey hole. And I found this really cool Optimus Prime thermos. Now, I got a Bumblebee thermos somewhere about. So, I have a yellow. Oh, you know what? It's in my comic book room. So, this will eventually find a home right next to Bumblebee. And I believe this came from. Let's see. It says. Paramount Pictures, all rights reserved, yada yada yada, something studio. Well, I would assume that you probably get this. Oh, here it is, at Universal Studios. So if you go to Universal Studios, which I've never been yet, but you could buy this, and I didn't have to go. Somebody else bought it for me. So I was really happy to get that. Now, there's a lot of plastic down here. I'm going to make a lot of noise. There we go. Justin, what are you buying kids' toys for? Well, doesn't that look kind of cool? To me, I'm going to use this for Ewok Village, right over in my Star Wars section. And I got enough Ewoks to really make this quite useful on the display. So I'm extremely happy to have now an Ewok tree. And the cool thing is, it's not like the old Ewok tree. It's flat. It goes up against the wall, and it'll stay flush for a display. Now, I think the old one was like 3 parts with a bridge that comes across. I used to have one, and those were released back when the Return of the Jedi came out. And I had it for quite a while, but you know, like most kids, it's like 3 logs with a couple of branches. So anyway, Ewok Village, pretty cheap. I think I only paid a couple dollars for it at the thrift, and it's going to add a great addition to my other toys. While I was over at that same thrift, somebody must have just been thinking about Star Wars because I found this really cool. I forget what kind of ship it is, but it was yeah, it's pretty cool. And that's all I know about it. It was in the Star Wars. I think it was in the Phantom Menace. Don't quote me on that. But it's missing its canopy. So, not something easy to come across. Star Wars bits and parts on eBay is pretty expensive, but I think I can jerry rig my own little canopy there, and that'll look really nice as a display hanging up on my wall. I got a couple of spaceships up here, and I just kind of hang them from the ceiling. But also, too, what you could do with these is with some of these new TV shows, if you've noticed that a lot of the Death Stars and other ships are usually in these shipyards, you know, where they're scrapping parts. So you can always have a little diorama of just ship parts. And to go along with these ship parts, I found one of these, but without the little wings that go on the side. And you know why I found out that's the case? Because they got these bloody buttons over here on the side that when you hit them, and then the kids never put them back on, and then they end up getting donated. I looked hard. I searched everywhere for another one, and I couldn't find it. And I don't know if I'm going to come across it in another one of these bags, but I actually found 2 of these within the same week, and I was pretty happy to get 2. I think the other one is missing the lid, but like I said, these pieces are what's, people are always looking for spare parts. I can either keep it until I get a spare part, and or someone else is going to want it when I get tired of holding on to these. But I'm going to put these over in a tub and then store it, and then I'll just have a Star Wars collage of Star Wars trash. Pretty much, it's just junk pile of Star Wars vehicles that don't have all the parts to it. Oh, here it is. Found it. Here it is, and it does have its lid. Okay, so there's a gray one and then a blue one. Slight color variance. One does not have the seat, and the other one did. Yeah. All right. So this is cool. I like robots. Robots are just cool, and I really liked this lunch pail. I opened it up when I bought it. It was clean inside, super clean. So this is going to be cool for like maybe holding parts. It's even got the back. It's different from the front. Sides, arms. It's neat. And something like this is just cool. If you see something like that, grab it. Because if you don't want it, somebody else is going to want it. And I just think it's pretty neat. All the colors. I mean, look at that. Isn't that neat? So I'm going to take really good care of it. Set that slowly down into that box. I literally have a tub over here for everything that's over here. And so I'm just like, whoosh, whoosh. That's how it's going to be for most of the show. All right, next on the list. Are you ready? So I saw this at Target, and it was pretty expensive. For this type of toy, I'm not interested in spending money on this franchise until I come across it seconding. And the reason for that is, I mean, this stuff is going to get bought up by a lot of kids, and they're not going to appreciate it, and they're going to end up getting rid of it. And guess what? They did. So this is the full dungeon of the Bowser, and I think what I'm missing right here is just a little plate cover for the batteries, and it's pretty good shape. I mean, it's got the lava, and then like in here you got this little swing that kind of like swings around that you would see in the game, and then this one right here, you push it, drop doors for the bottom. So it's a pretty cool looking dungeon. And I do have over on my shelf over here, I have a bunch of Super Mario and characters that I can litter with this thing up pretty good, and it'll look really nice. I have to say though, I'm going to critique this, even though I found this thrifting for a few dollars. My only complaint is that this black that's around and the pictures and all that, these are all stickers. Like this black that's around all this yellow plastic is just black stickers. They must have come on a sheet, because whoever put them on didn't do that great of a job. They also didn't finish. And so I would probably just take off all the black stickers, but they do look cool. For right now, I'm not going to do that. But anyway, there could be a little bit of room for improvement on this castle. But for the most part, if you put it up on the shelf, you forget about it, that's pretty much where it'll end up probably. Just depends how much time I have when I'm bored enough. All right, well, that took a big bag, and it got rid of it right here next to my knees, and I'm just happy that it's over there now. And so we're going to go through some of these smaller toys that I found, and we're going to do this as quickly as I can, okay? Because we have a long way to go. Not only do we have our thrifting toys that we found, and how fun that is to find that gold in the wild, but over here I have a bunch of new toys that we need to go through, and some of them I may take out, but I just need to show you real quick and then move on. We got a lot of ground to cover. So first off, I found a grab bag, and in the grab bag I found this really cool, I forgot her name, Marge Simpson. I found Marge. Now, homie. That was pretty good. Now, homie. No, that's not very good. But anyway, it is a really cool toy. This is a Burger King toy, and somebody had some super glue or something on the bottom. I chipped it off. It's clean now, and I'm going to put that right up on my little cartoon shelf over there. Or over there. I got Simpsons like in two places. So, spoiler! So I also found this really cool Jurassic World dinosaur. Jurassic World is literally flooding the shelves in the stores right now. So I know a lot of people out there love Jurassic Park and they want to get it as soon as they can, but just wait a little while. Yeah, that's all you got to do. Just wait a little while, and then you'll find these. You'll find these at the thrifts. You'll find them at a yard sale. This one needs a little battery because he's supposed to make a roaring sound, but I can still hear it. Maybe not. But anyway, every once in a while you hear a little electronic. And what I do like about these is you can get as many as you like and make a herd. I have quite a few already, and then I had picked up a few just recently. I mean, it's like Triceratops season right now. So anyway, I got this really cool dinosaur. And at that very same thrift, guess what? Totally cool, right? So this was at my honey hole. This is in a neighboring town that oh, he works. Yeah, that's pretty neato. And it's a cool looking dinosaur. He's got like this pugly little face. Look at that. Yeah, cute little guy. Hey. So anyway, he's going to be a cool addition. Oh, look at that. Look at that. Yeah. Yeah, that's neat. And there might be even a whip action here. I don't know. Yeah, he's got like a whip action on the tail. So I haven't really fully played with this toy, but clean, no damage to him whatsoever. It is a brand spanking dinosaur. How much did I pay? I think the two combined, I probably paid about $5. So let's say $2.50 a piece. I think one was a little cheaper. He had like a special green tag, and green tag was cheap that day. And then I'm just pretty sure I got both of these for like $5 because that was that particular one. So anyway, hold on. Okay, now we're good. Something popped up on my phone and it's like, what? Please, just keep going, right? All right. So I had a special meetup with a guy that comes into my place of employment. I work at a grocery store, and sometimes in conversation you talk to your customers, and they're going to say, oh yeah, well, when I was younger, I had a bunch of toys. And they say, you still have those? And they say, yeah, I still got them. I'd probably get rid of them if I found them. And, well, guess what? Somebody actually came through for me, and they sold me what toys he had in storage. Great guy. I really like the guy a lot, and I'm glad that some of his collection came to me instead of going to the garbage or to a yard sale. I found this Ninja Turtle, I think he is. I don't really know who he is. He's missing a horn, and he's not in the greatest of shape, but I don't have this guy. And so until you find one that's better, just be happy that you get him. The fact that he's missing a horn, well, it's disappointing that he's not in the great shape, like I said, but, you know, he's also battle used. And so he looks like a guy that I could just put on the shelf and look good with my other battle damages, you know. And then I have one of these guys in mint condition, but he's a really cool robot turtle. And I forgot his name too. I love Ninja Turtles, but I just don't follow it that well to know all these guys' names. But this one right here was not broken, but also not complete. And so I picked them all up for really cheap. I gave him like $15, I think, for the whole lot. And you know what he does with the money is just $15. I mean, it's pretty good for toys that are kind of used and beat up. I got this one. He is Donatello. See, I'm just not thinking right now. But anyway, Donatello with his tongue sticking out. And then I have a caveman turtle. And this one is Leonardo. Leonardo is a caveman. I cheated. Yeah, I looked at his letter. Wouldn't you? Yeah, I bet you would. And then here's another dinosaur turtle. I don't know if this is their pets or if this is them if they were transformed into a dinosaur. Like I said, the storyline I'm not too sure about, but he probably is ridden by one of the turtles, and you probably take this caveman, seeing they probably go together. Well, what do you know? Man, it takes a while to figure that out. You got a slow mind, boy. Yeah, so anyway, I'm really happy with that now. That is complete. All right, well, we're getting near to the end of this bag. Fortnite fans? Yeah, that's annoying. But it's a cool toy, and I paid like 50 cents for it. 49 cents. It was 49 cents. And we're going to make some noise real quick. Alrighty. So we went to another thrift, my mom and I, and sometimes my dad tags along too. And this particular day, they had some grab bags, and grab bags are usually about $3.61 for a bag of toys, and that's kind of expensive. So you kind of hope that you get a decent grab bag, and I kind of did. I got a Marvel Legends from Black Panther. I got Black Panther's sister. Don't remember her name right off, but this is a Marvel Legend action figure. I would have not paid full price for it, so I was really happy that she is in a bag of toys. And then also along with another bag right next to her was Cyborg. And Cyborg, oh, where'd he go? Somewhere around here. Oh, I'm not supposed to give that away just yet. Somewhere around here I have another one. Oh, here he is. It is Bruce Wayne Batman. So these two came together in another grab bag. He doesn't have his mask on. They're cheaper toys. They're not as articulated as the DC Multiverse action figures, but if I put a battery in him, he'd probably talk or make sounds. So a cool toy for the price. It was like $3.61. All right, so something gave away a noise, and I can't hold back anymore. I'm just going to have to come out and just tell you what I got. And I'm really excited to get these because I didn't want to buy them at full price. So I got this guy. They got these Star Wars toys. I forgot what they call them. Porgies. Okay, so he does that a lot. Yeah, he does that. And good price on them. The batteries and everything still work. I got picked up this at Goodwill for $3.99. And also, right next to him was this little guy. And I seen him on a fellow friend's YouTube. And it is a cute little fella. I took the case on the back off because I was going to fill it with batteries. But then I only had triples and it takes 3 doubles. And so until I get some batteries from the pound shop, yeah, I'm just gonna put him over here next to his friend. But there is a button here that you click, and he'll roll, he'll waddle, and probably make some noise. It feels like his flappers are gonna be flapping, and it looks like his mouth's gonna be jawing, you know. So I got a little one that goes with him. And then this was the first one actually that I picked up, and then the rest of them migrated themselves over. He doesn't move or anything. He just makes noise. You squeeze him or something. Yeah. It's like a baby. But he's got these cool plastic feet, as the other ones just have cloth feet or just like a stand. But so I got father, mother, and baby. So I got a whole family of these little porkly guys. So excited about that. He's still going to make noise over there every time I throw a toy in the box. All right, moving on. Moving on down. How do you like that? Yeah. So this is a hat that I probably was purchased at GameStop. Or, nope, Six Flags. I was wrong. Six Flags Magic Mountain. And if you haven't been to Six Flags, well, they promote a lot of DC merch. And so this has never been used. It was clean as a whistle. I paid probably like $4 for it. And I'm really, really happy with it. It's got no use in the band or nothing. So someone bought it, probably put it on the shelf, got rid of it, and now it's in my custody. All right. I collect a lot of weird stuff, people. A lot of weird stuff. And bones, artifacts, anything cool, it's in my wheelhouse. I'll pick it up. And I picked this up. It looks like a backbone or something, but someone painted it all kinds of cool colors. I thought it was a great idea. I wasn't sure how I was going to display it. I mean, this looks kind of like some kind of weird face, something you'd see on a Tony Hillerman book. And then also, it has this weird shape too with the little colors in the back. But what do you do with it? I don't know. I'm going to put it on the shelf, and I'm going to make it look crazy like that. And whoever came up with this idea, great idea. I love weird stuff like this because when somebody comes over my house, they're going to be like, "What is that?" And I'm going to tell them that is just cool art. So we're going to find a place for that in the living room. All right. One sec. All right. Sorry about that. I thought I heard something at the door, and it was just my dog whining. He's wanting in. So, yeah, he's got a little problems right now. I got a dog that just lost his sight. Both eyes, unfortunately. Age. So age is a cruel thing, but he is still a wonderful, beautiful dog. Nothing wrong with him. So we're going to just try to work with his problem as best as he can. But he must have smelled me coming out from the house to the shop. So with that being said, he's back in his little bed. But he probably just wants a snack. So as soon as he gets his snack, he goes right back to his little pillow. So anyway, let's talk about toys again, shall we? So we're going to talk about some of these cool little furry guys that I found. These are called trolls. These are really popular back in the 80s when I was just a little guy. And this one has some really cool fluffy hair, and it comes with this 80s style overalls with a pink shirt. So I don't know if it's a boy or a girl, but it is articulated to where I can move the arms and the head turns. So really cool. Never seen one really this big. I didn't collect them when I was younger, when they were popular. I just remember there were so many of them, and then there were knockoffs. And to go along with them, well, I found a bag of trolls, people. I found a bag of naked trolls. So I got 2 blues, I got a pink, and then I got a light pink. So a dark pink, light pink, and 2 blues. All little naked little trolls. And why would you pick these up? Well, the fact that they're naked. Yeah, they're ugly, but they're naked. And you just don't see these anymore. So anybody who collects trolls, guess what? Justin's got a bunch of trolls over here. For the right trade, let's make something happen, shall we? Yeah. All right. And then also, too, a few more items from the thrift. I got this grab bag. I paid $3.47 for it. And the reason why I paid it, people, because there's a lot of junk in here. Well, there was a Fortnite action figure that was calling my name. He came with all of his weapons, and then in here are a few other weapons. It looks like there's a backpack for a G.I. Joe, and then there's a couple little tiny, I don't know what that is, but some kind of machine gun. And there's other little weapons on the bottom. Oh, and with that G.I. Joe backpack was an actual pet that went with the G.I. Joes. So I'm not a big Joe guy. You know, I got a lot of Joes over here. But I know this is probably from the 2000s. It's a newer Joe. But to have this dog is kind of cool. And so anyway, when you get a bag full like this, and there's like 1 or 2 items in there you want, it just depends how bad you want it. And I was lucky it came with a figure, a dog, accessories, everything else. And the rest of it, I'll just like put it in another bag for donation. So that was cool. And then for the dash of whatever, I have this neat Bobble Enterprise. Going through something we don't know what we're going through, but it's all crazy. Look at the ships going like that. Captain, give me about 15 minutes. You got 10 minutes, Scotty. Stupid. Whoa. Yeah, that's right. Talk to the hand. And then I got this cool little lion. He's kind of used a little bit, but he's a dog toy. I'll give him to the dog. Keep him happy. All right, so I think that's pretty much the it of all the thrifts. We're going to move on, people. We're going to move on to the newer toys. That's right. Brand spanking, untouched, virgin toys. Let's get started. All right, guys, we're back. And now we're going to talk about toys, brand spanking new toys, stuff that you can find in the stores. 3 places I find. Walmart, Target, GameStop, and then occasionally here's and there's. Not very many here's and there's here. Most of this I find at Target and or GameStop. And Amazon, or maybe even eBay. eBay. There's a couple of eBays in here. So let's get those out of the way. So one of the first ones that I want to show you is another one of these loyalist Mandalorians. I told you that in one of the last videos that when I get two of these, I'm going to open one up. So yeah, we're going to do that. Oh, dude, this is like, oh, that's so hard to do, but so fun. All right, so here we go. We got that guy right there. God, that's sickening and yet so satisfying. We got some cool little pistolas here. Pull those guys out. There we go. Get that out of there. Booyah. He is holstered up for both of those pistols, so I'm going to put those in his legs. And I don't really recall seeing this particular pistol in any of the other Mandalorians. Just to let you know, it looks kind of like that. And if you have any of these Mandalorians at your collections, you're going to see that that's the different too. Not a big deal, but they are tight to get into those holsters, so they're not going to fall right out. He does have a jetpack. Let's see, put that on just like that. And we're ready to rock and roll with a new Mando. Just a different paint job. He looks like a couple of the other ones. I noticed he doesn't have a little antennae on his helmet, so that little thing that shoots the rocket missile. So anyway, really happy to finally get one of these. The Loyalists were exclusive at Walmart, and they are not cheap, and that really hurt in order to open that out of the box. But like I said, I wanted to take these out. I am army building, as you can see behind me here. I mean, I got quite a few Mandos, and I leave them in the boxes until I get a couple doubles, and then I'll open them up. So I'm really excited about this. With the new Mandalorian Season 3 coming out, the little trailer that they snippeted at you, there is some really cool other characters that are going to be featured, and any kind of variants are pretty awesome. So excited about that. I'm going to set that aside because I'm going to play with that later, even though it is like almost 4 in the morning. All right. Apex Legends. I got this guy on clearance. Picked him up at a GameStop. Don't really recall the price. I think I took the tag off, but his name is Octane. And this particular figure has like a spider design on him. I picked him up because he's pretty much flexible with any line of toys. He's robotic looking, and I just like the look of him. He will come out of the package. I'm not going to keep this in the package at all. And I would love to take him out right now in front of you, but I have like a huge stack here, so we're just going to move on. So we got the Apex Octane, and that is a cool looking figure. Look at that. Needy. Next, I got Star Wars Princess Leia. She's in some kind of bounty hunter outfit. Now, I knew that this was going to be coming out, and I wasn't sure if I'd get a chance to get her, but it was at a Target, and I snagged her up, and she was $11.99. She was on a clearance. There was an Obi-Wan, and then a few other figures. I can't remember what they were, but they were something I didn't want, but I did get her, and I was really happy to get her. I will take this out of the package just to display her better in my Star Wars display that I have in my bedroom. I have two shelves of two white ones on either side of my bed, and all of them are just Star Wars. So I'll add that to the collection. And then this was a find I did not get at a store, but I got this at a consignment store, and I paid, I think, about $3 for it. And it has a little bit of damage here on the side. It looks like a mouse had gotten to this package at one time. But I picked it up, like I said, for $3 at a consignment store. That's a really good price. $1 each. I do have several of these spaceships. I actually have all these spaceships. But I like to Armada build, just like I do with my Mandalorians and Stormtroopers. I like to have a whole shipyard of ships. And so I was really happy to get a hold of that. Anybody know that Darth Vader switched it up a little bit. And he went white. Yeah. So it is white Vader. Maybe a concept design, but definitely different. I do like the black more than the white, but I just picked it up because I've never seen it before. This one, I believe, I picked up at I picked this up off eBay, and I don't normally buy on eBay unless it's under $20. So this was probably about $20 or less. So a really good find. It's mint condition. Just something I'll display. It's a nice case with a window. Usually when they have these window arts, when it pops open like this, I will just keep it in the case unless I really want to take it out and play with it. But they put a lot of detail to the box, and I just like it just in the box. So I'll leave it just as it is. But I don't see very many of those, and so I'm glad that I bought that, especially online, because I haven't seen one even in the store yet. Alrighty, moving on. Target had a clearance on some Marvel Legends, and this was one that I was keeping my eyes peeled for. It's Speedball. I do remember him from the comic books. I had a short run of these, and I just was really looking forward to getting this particular superhero. He has been in and out of Spider-Man issues throughout the years. He, like I said, he had his own line. And I waited from $24.99. He came down to almost a little over $6. And I got greedy. I didn't need 3 of them, but I picked up 3 of them. So I already have one out of the box, and then so I got 2 in the box, and then I have 1 loose. And it was $6.89. That was the tag, the clearance tag from the Walmart, or sorry, from the Target. All right, and oops, we're good. Also at Target, this was clearanced. It's a Wakandan Black Panther. I don't know how to say his name. M'Baku. Anyway, he was in Endgame, I believe, and he may even be in the new Black Panther movie. I'm not quite sure, but definitely a cool toy. Sorry for the glare. But anyway, he was under $7, I believe. $6 or $7. Same as Speedball. So I wouldn't be surprised if they were the exact same price. I bought them the same day, and so I was really happy to either get all these clearance toys at once instead of having to continually go back in. And speaking of continually going back in, later that week they came out with this Everett Ross, and I'm not really big on this character. MCU characters I don't really collect, but this one was clearanced, and I wanted the body. I want to put either Stan Lee in a suit or swap off some heads and then just have a body. But it is just a clear, clean body. There's nothing special about it. It's just a suit and tie. So really happy to have that. And like I said, I'm not particularly fond of it, and especially with these windowless ones. So I will open this up just to see how they package it real quick. So it's kind of like a TIE fighter. Hey, maybe I should put these cardboard wings on my ship over here. Maybe reconfigure that into a TIE fighter spaceship. But anyway, they wrap it up in paper, so he's mummified. Now, I didn't see any accessories other than what's in this pack, which is the Build-A-Figure. And so I'm not going to build that figure, but here's just a simple toy. And that's why I didn't want to buy it, because it was $24.99 originally, and then this one was clearance down to $12. So taking a look at him, he is just suit and tie, nice and clean. No insignias or anything that's special for one particular character, but definitely cool body swap material. So yeah, pop that head off, see? And that's how I'll probably keep it. And this guy, I might put him on somebody else, but yeah, not a big fan of this guy. And let's see here. Oh, I know somebody who will like this. Jurassic Park, the little bubble that could. Anyway, I picked up a couple of these. It's made by Matchbox. It is pretty articulated inside. There's a little swivel, so if you move that around, the little seat gyros inside. That's cool. And I only seen the two. I haven't seen these yet. They'll probably end up flooding the shelves, but in the meantime, I wanted to get this. And I was really hoping that they would put some people inside. But if it pops open, maybe I can put a what do you call it, Micro Machine individual inside. This I picked up at a Walmart. Out of this entire line for the Speed Metal line, there is a Build-A-Figure. It looks like a symbiote Batman. So if you build them all, you get to build this ghostly looking Batman. But I looked at all the toys that are on this line, and I'm not a fan of any of them. So I only wanted the blue Wally West. And so anyway, now that I have them, I'm done. And the only reason I'd ever pick up the other ones is if they were under $5 or they were at a thrift store. I'm just not a fan of any of the other figures on this particular line, which is a shame because I wouldn't mind actually having that symbiotic-looking Batman. I can trim the ears off and he could be something totally different, but that would be a waste of money. So I got the best one out of the deal, and I'll take him out and put him on the shelf. All right, while we're in the the DC multiverse, I picked up this two-pack was just $20. They clearanced this puppy out, and it has really cool artwork. It has Blue Beetle and Booster Gold, and this pack had a higher price on it. Super excited to get it cheap. Man, when you can pick up toys for $10 a piece, that's really good. So I'll end up taking that out of the package too. Target also had some clearances. We're just going to go back and forth with some of these stores because I'm just grabbing out of the bag at this point. But they came out with some spaceships. This one was on clearance for about $3 and change. This is some type of starfighter that they have. I don't know if it's in the cartoon or in the movies, but it looks like it has Ventress, Java, I don't know how to say her name, but anyway, she's a Sith, so it's probably her getaway car for the Sith Lord. Who she is, I don't really know. She's the bald chick with two lightsabers, and for the price, I just wanted Micro Machine people and ships to put them in, so I grabbed those two. And the same day, it was a clearance day, really good clearance day at Target. This I picked up was the retro version of, what was it, Han Solo, the Han Solo show? The Han Solo show. Ned B. And so he's a little cartoony. I'd like to get a more detailed version of this robot, but it is just a robot. So I will actually take him out of the package real quick, because this one I would like to play with. And I went back and I saw another one today while I was at Target over in the electronics section, and I didn't see a clearance tag on it, and so I went and price checked it, and it was back at like $11.99. So this one I paid $3 and change, and it was the only one that they had. They're not very articulated. They're just basic, rudimentary 5 points of articulation. But he is cool to have. It's just a robot. He can go anywhere. But now that I have some of these Star Wars miniatures, this will be good for a background robot. You have a whole bunch of them. And hopefully Target will clearance the rest of their Ned Bs. So I'm really happy to at least get one for now. And this one I found at a Goodwill. It's a NECA, I think. Well, yeah, I think it was. I think it is NECA. But anyway, it's Ming from Flash Gordon. And these are not as expensive as the more detailed, I guess, version of Ming, but definitely one that I don't have. And I heard that there were issues with the paint in the beginning with some of the first series, but I'm hoping that by this time that they have rectified that problem. But for the time being, I'm going to set him aside, but he will also come out of the package. I'm going to use him for a lot of other things than just for Flash Gordon, because I really don't have any Flash Gordon toys. I have like one vintage tiger guy up there. I forget his name, but he's like 3 3/4, and I found him a couple years ago at a swap meet, and I only paid like $3 for him, and ended up looking on eBay, and he was worth $50. And so he came with a tail and everything. So I was super excited and happy. I am that a lot. Walmart. My goodness, you guys are going up on your prices, Walmart. This is a $30 toy, and the only reason why I bought it is because I don't have one. I don't have a very good lizard in any of my collections. They've never really done a very good lizard, and I think the last one that they did do was just right out of my price range. So it was a Build-A-Figure, and I never built it. So anyway, now that I have this, I have accessories. In one of my past videos, I bought a wrestling figure. She came with a clipboard and a few other things. And so anyway, that's going to go with accessories for him for doctor stuff. He does come with a few vials of chemicals and a head change. Pop his tail on. It looks bendy. It also has hand changes as well. Looking at this particular toy, I'm just going to say he has salamander looks, not so much claws and fangs. So they kind of did give it the animated style, which is okay. I'm glad that they gave him a meaner looking head. Can't see that. Head with a tongue and teeth. As the other one is just kind of like he's gonna mum you to death with his gums. But all right, we're good. So anyway, I'm gonna keep him mint on the card. Mint than that. Mint more mint than that. And I'll put him right over here where he'll be safe, because he's gonna go on this wall right here. All right. Well, we're getting to the near end of this bag, and then we have a pile of large boxes, so let's speed it up a little bit. Oh, my good friend Hawkeye. Man, I heard bad news happened to him not too long ago, and so with that being said, I bought his toy. I figured, well, if he doesn't come back and reprise his role, then at least I'll have an action figure of him before it's too late. So I hope all is well with him. He seems to be a really nice guy, very talented, good at his job, good for entertainment. I have nothing bad to say about him. He did a really good job in that little Hawkeye series, playing with that girl, and I wish the best. I hope he pulls through. I hate to have bad things happen to people you liked watching, because then you'll never get to finish what they started. So, yeah, well wishes to that gentleman. And I have one of these guys. I have a Scareglow, but he was on clearance sale at Target for $17 and some change, and I wanted one mint in the box. So I do have one displayed over on my He-Man shelf, but this one I want to keep mint in the case, just in case it goes up in price and or somebody wants it. I'd be able to have something to trade. I don't see very many of him, and so I'm really happy to have gotten a second one. So, yeah, some things you just like getting doubles of, because you never know when you might strike a deal, or maybe you want to army build. I wouldn't army build him though, but I would like to have. Well, with all the Skelegods that I have, why not have one more Scarecrow? That's just silly. And then for the House of Dragon, Game of Thrones, I have a little display in my, I guess it's a converted bathroom into a closet room, which is somewhat of a library. Does that make any sense? Let's just say I don't use the toilet in that room. I took the toilet out and put some bookshelves in there, repurposed the whole room, and I made it into a Game of Thrones library, I guess. So I got this little guy to go on the bookshelf. I'm not going to keep it in the case. He will go straight up and collect dust. I love little dragons, and they did a really good job on this one. I wouldn't mind having a large version pop of this, and if they did, I'd pick him up, because I mean, he's just mean looking. That's a good looking dragon. So anyway, he'll go in my Game of Thrones section, and that takes care of that large bag. Went to Walmart about 3 days ago, and I picked this guy up. He is from the Thor line, and I don't know him. I don't know anything about him. But I have Gargoyle collection, and one of the characters from the pack, Wolf, and he's going to be my Wolf until I find something different. And then also in DC, there's a character that resembles him. I'm trying to remember his name. He's like Darkseid's son, I believe. Anyway, they're identical. If you were to take that toy and this toy, you would think it was the same character. But like I said, this is for my Game of Thrones. I have a few other figures, like I use the Witcher figure for the Macbeth, and then I'm using this one for Wolf, and I'm sure there's going to be a few other figures I'll be able to get until they actually come out with a toy of the character that I'm looking for. But that's a heavy, heavy toy. I did pay about $27 for that one, and just the weight alone, he weighs probably about a little over a pound. So he's a pretty heavy figure. Yeah, just very dense. It reminds me of Hulk or The Thing, just like that solid plastic. They didn't go with the light hollow stuff like they could have and have done in the past. Here's some eBay purchases. I'm going to combine these together because we've already discussed these in the past. But I got some more Mandalorians to build, and these are the carbonized versions. This one right here is actually mint, and I don't have one in the bronze that's mint. I do have one out of the package, but it was a damaged package, and so I deliberately took him out. The difference between this one and the standard is this one just has a sheen to it, and the difference between this one and the other is more of a metallic sheen. So this one has more of just a sheen. This one has more of a metal metallic sheen. And I would have liked to have had them all like this, but having a little paint variance, you can add a little paint to it yourself and make it better, and then you'll have more. I'm thinking that there's going to be an army of those, and so I think that's probably about my 5th or 6th one. I'm done. So unless I get like a good deal on those for $3 or $4, I'm pretty well invested and wrapped up good with my Mandalorians. I'm more into now getting the 3 3/4 inch, the little tiny guys like this Boba Fett right here. But anyway, or the Mando behind him, and then the Koska next to her, and the Wolf behind that. My goodness. Oh, got me a new friend. Got me a new friend to say hi. Puppets. Never met a puppet I didn't like, right? Hey, guys. Yeah. I don't have a voice yet for him, but there you go. If I was going to talk, I would talk just like this. Because, yeah, well, why not? Yeah. Found this little creature at a thrift. I think I paid like $2 or $3 for it. Whoever had it before, it was probably like a troll, like really fuzzy. But, I mean, they washed it, and it made it kind of like this matted look. And it actually looks good. I mean, I like it better like this, as if it was made to be like this. And so, I don't know what toy line it's from, but it is a cute little puppet. And just kind of have it stare at you. I love puppets, at least if they're not creepy looking. But that one was pretty cool. So, yeah, I like puppets. You ready? Don't judge me. Yeah, I got the pink one. Because, you know, guys that are secure with themselves don't mind pink. It's the salmon. It's the Salmon Ranger. That's what it is. It's the Salmon Ranger. And anyway, I always was a fan of Kimberly. She's a really good Power Ranger. One of my favorited ones. The price there, the price tag says $80. It was 50% off, so I picked this up for $40. And I think I added one of my $5 discounts to it, so it was like $35. And right now they have a blue one and like the evil. Oh, and Jason was evil, and he was, I forget his name. It starts with a D. Anyway, you figure that one out. But anyway, he was the evil whitish ranger. Not the White Ranger, but he was kind of something else with a dragon. Anyway, they have those down there at GameStop, but they are not on clearance. So this was when they were doing the promotion in the December months that they were running the 50% off. And the guy told me I wanted to buy this and flip it, so I wanted to make money off of this. But if I can get all the Power Rangers, I wouldn't mind putting them in a curio and then having that in in a room to display. And I have enough Power Ranger stuff to do that to my room. So anyway, got the pink one. I'm going to leave it in the box until I'm ready. But if I do find someone who's interested and wants it more than me, I'd be happy to let it go, and I'd probably get full price for it. Alrighty then. Are we almost done? Well, no, we're not. Okay, next on the list, I went to Walmart and I picked up Stridor. This is a better version than the old one. It has articulated legs, it looks like. I have all the armor and stickers for this one, and so I will keep this in the package for a while, but I don't have a lot of space, so more than likely, if I don't put it on the shelf right now, it's going to go in my storage room. But I am happy to have picked it up. I paid $19 for it. It was a lot more, but I haven't seen it anywhere else other than Walmart. I did not see this at Target yet, and I don't really see any more of these types of toys. They came out with the Ground Ripper, or I think it's the green motorcycle looking thing, just recently, and this one has not reprised its shelves at Walmart. So they got rid of it. Target really didn't, if they had it, didn't have it for very long. So I wanted to get another one, but even at 19, that's kind of high. But what I did notice is down on the bottom, there is a little, there it is. You can kind of tell the green. There's some Castle Grayskull bricking down there. So it may snap on and connect to the Castle Grayskull by the looks of it. So it has a little corral that you would put maybe next to one of the bottom danger rooms. Yeah, the weaponized room. Alrighty. Anybody watch the new She-Hulk? I'm not a fan. I thought the last episode was silly and a total waste of my time. But they did come out with a pretty decent looking She-Hulk figure. And even though you may not be a fan of the series like myself, this is really good for the shelf. And somewhere around here, I have a She-Hulk. Oh, here she is. Let me get this off the shelf here. So here's one of the other ones. This is the first one that came out. Let me turn it around. So anyway, here's the first one that came out. And they have two versions of this one. There's this grayish one and also the green one. And I have them both. So I don't know where the green one's at right now. But what I wanted to do is I wanted to take her body and put the green Incredible Hulk head from the other figure on this one. And then she would be good for my Fantastic Fours, because she was on the Fantastic Four in the comic books. And I think this would be an awesome suit for her to power up on when she's battling with them. So that was a cool little add-on to the collection. And for right now, I'm going to leave her in the box until I have the other one out of the box. So, a lot of clearance toys. Most all these are on clearance. Picked up this Spawn action figure, the Soul Crusher. He has like a gas mask on. And anyway, he comes with a really cool machine gun, and I will end up taking him out of the package. I'm not going to really keep him with Spawn toys. I'm going to use him probably for DC. Probably like a Scarecrow or something like that, because I don't have one that's good to go along with all my other McFarlane Batmans. So for the time being, he will be a Scarecrow. And some people like ugly looking Jokers. Here's the Joker Titan, and he was on clearance at GameStop. I only paid $18 for him, and I think they were asking a lot more. Yeah, they were. They were asking $40 for him. And this was not one of those 50% off deals. For some reason, they were getting rid of this one for like $18. So I was really happy to have picked that up. Well, 50% off of 40 is 20, so it probably was like 20. So about 18, 20 bucks. But I just remember paying like less, and I may have had some discounts added to my account. Usually, when I get a little bit of money credits, I'll add them and then go in and then buy something cheap. And while I was picking him up, I got me the Cygor action figure, and I only have one of him. I would like to have more, but he is so popular on the shelf that when these hit the 50 off the clearance, they went like crazy. And I only knew that my GameStop locally had one, and as soon as I went online and I saw that they were clearancing this out, I was down there the next morning almost as soon as they opened. And they were really happy that I got it because I'm in there all the time. But and I think they were surprised that it was on sale because this too also had the original sticker of 50 bucks. My goodness, 50 bucks. Toys are definitely going up in price. You think food's expensive? Try toys, man. It's hard to stay in hobbies. All right, little off screen there. I need my puppet. We got four other boxes, and we're done, guys. We're almost there. And this is like one of the largest toy hauls. This is going to be over an hour, I'm sure. All right, so this is the Batman animated light up set. This was at Target, and it was on clearance. Let me see the price. $24.99. Paid $24.99 for this guy. And he comes with a wavy cape. It lights up. And I picked this up a week after I found out that Kevin Conroy passed away. So I'm going to leave this in the case. I hope that it goes up in value. It's sad that the original voice of Batman, the animated, passed away, but he had his voice recorded quite a bit, not only in the animated series, but some of the motion cartoon pictures, and then also he was in a lot of the video games. So he is a huge contribution to the DC universe, and like I said, I'm sad that he's passed on, but he is well recorded as being the Batman. And he also had a short in one of the TV series where he was a Batman from another universe, and so to actually grace the screen in his full presence was really cool as Batman. So yay, I was super excited to watch that show. And like I said, it's just, things happen, so sometimes your heroes, they disappear too. All right. Well, there is a website, OfferUp. Some of you may have it in your area. If not, then maybe you have another online second, third-party market. I don't know how to call it, but it's kind of like Facebook Marketplace. If you have that, at least, you know what I'm talking about. And so I picked up the He-Man Wave, and the guy sold me 2 complete sets, still in case, of the He-Man Masters of the Universe. This is the Ocean Warlord Merman. I picked him up, and I already had a set. Now I paid $50 for mine. I got all, I got all 4 of them for $50. And then this guy, about a month later, a totally different guy, he told me that he had purchased them from a website that sells wholesale. So I'm not going to go into a lot of detail, but I've mentioned the company Fallen Prices, and they have a website that they will put their items that don't make it to the warehouse online. They try to get more money before it filters down to the lowest dollar. And so anyway, these guys, they bought up cases and cases of these figures. I was able to acquire 2 of them, and I think I paid, I think it was less than $50 for the 2 cases. I didn't pay very much at all. And so I got another Teela, another Merman, and I got another of these really Vikinged out He-Mans with the battle armor. I thought that was really cool. And I reviewed these already in a past video. So I'm just showing you. Then here's another one. of the Skeletor. Now, I would love to have a whole bunch of these. I mentioned that in the past. His staff is it's huge, it's humongous, but it's so well detailed. And so anyway, if you haven't picked these up yet, and if they're in your stores, grab them. But if you can find them on a secondary market for cheaper, grab them. Because, like I said, I got 3 sets of these now, and I wish I would have just bought them from the second guy that I found. But, you know, you get them when you can, because you may not get them at all. So I have already 4 of these out of the box, all 4 of them out of the box. I opened up the case to see what was inside to ensure that I was getting what he was selling. It's in the other room, and that's my storage. That one is sealed, just like this, unopened, with all 4. So I have 3 sets of these guys, and I'm happy because I got the Skeletors. All the Skeletors that I've ever wanted, I have. And then we're going to move on to 2 more. Oh! And I'm kind of glad this is almost over because my butt is hurting so much on this stool. Got me a Maleficent huge giant pop toy. It's the huge giant dragon, and this one was very cheap too. I think I paid $15 for it. Regular price, well, it was clearanced at $32, so it was more than that. Probably not by much. Whoa, and it is heavy. Not very well secured inside. So we were talking about the other dragon. Look at the size of this. So here's the little baby pop dragon that I picked up. This is a Maleficent dragon from Walt Disney's Sleeping Beauty. But it is humongous. And I would like to have this one in this size. But having the dragon, any dragons are pretty cool. So now I'll put this one inside too. I'm not going to keep this in the case. This one is for display. But isn't that cool? And for $15, it's a huge honking piece of plastic too. It doesn't bobble at all. So I wouldn't even say that this is a pop. I would say this is like a statue in, I guess, pop form. But I mean, with this green glowing eyes, who knew it would be a pop? So anyway, I'm going to set this behind the camera. Take a little drink. This episode is sponsored by Diet Cola. Oh yeah, gotta get your sugar, or fake sugar. Okay, one more and we're gonna call it a night, okay? It's time to get some sleep. So, this came out just today. This is why I actually made it out here to the shop, because this is one of my favorite TV shows. Alf, I grew up with Alf. I'm really happy that this NECA company finally came out with Alf. They didn't have to, but I think somebody up there that calls the shots is my age, and they want to get the property rights to everything that they remembered as a kid too. So somebody who has the power is making the right decisions. And there's a lot to be offered on this particular toy. They say it's the ultimate action figure, and the reason why is because, let me just go off a few of them. It includes a fabric shirt, so he gets to wear a yellow Hawaiian shirt. It comes with a cat sandwich, a soda can, sunglasses, ham radio, popcorn bowl, bag of slime balls. I gotta see what a slime ball is because I don't remember what that was. A picture frame, which is a picture of Alf, and interchangeable hands. So the accessories are just, they're hooked up. They really, really are. They did a lot of additional items. The ham radio I'm looking forward to taking out and looking at. This toy, as much as some people would probably keep this one in the case, and I know I mentioned it when it has a window, but I'm going to open this one up. I want to play with Alf. I've always wanted to put him on the shelf somewhere next to the TV, but I hope one day that they'll come out with a larger sized version of this, whether a foot or 2 foot tall. But wouldn't it be cool to have a life-size Alf? I went on eBay one time, and somewhere down south, and I mean south, I mean like way further south than Mexico, I can't remember the exact country, but there is somebody down there that will make a life-size Alf. Unfortunately, they want to charge like close to $400 for that toy. But after you see what he looks like, I mean, it looks like Gordon Shumway, and it even comes with a shirt and everything. So this is my holy grail today. This is my most coveted item, the one that I have been looking forward to for a good long time. All these other toys are amazing, and I'm super happy to have them added to my collection. Now that you see them, I'm going to take them out of the boxes, and I'll display them a little bit better. But this one right here is like, this is the cream pie of the whole deal. So anyway, guys, thanks for tuning in. Sorry that was long. I'll try to keep it shorter next time. I know I've said that before, but hey, when you get excited about toys, just like I said, when we talk toy talk, grab some snacks and something to eat. So thanks for tuning in. Be sure to like, subscribe, and if you like something in the scene, please mention that down below. I'd like to know what you guys think and what was your favorite toy. And I'll see you in the next video. You guys have a great day.